Kutoka vijijini, mijini hadi jijini. Hii ni Sound Kanti Talk Live. Tunaingia vijijini, mijini na hata jijini kukuletea taarifa mchana kutwa. Usiku tunaketi kitako, tunadadavua tukichanganua taarifa na makala muhimu yanayokuhusu wewe na familia yako. Ungana na Bernard Ngozi kwenye Open Forum Political Show kuanzia saa 4 usiku hadi dakika zake kila siku ya wiki kwenye
Good day, ladies and God. Sorry about that.
Unatazama Sound Kanti Talk Live.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We're glad you're watching. Thank you so much for making time to join us. This is Sound Kanti Talk, Open Forum Political Discussion Show, the show that gives you an opportunity to air what you feel and think about the latest development on our political front. Well, a lot is taking place in our world that we will need to work hard to stay abreast. Well, the family of Boniface Kariuki, the young man who was shot by the police in the protest on Tuesday, is crying foul that they are abandoned by the government and otherwise, as their son is fighting for his life at Kenyatta National Hospital. This leaving us wondering who should be held responsible for this kind of act, not only in the quest for justice, but for the families that fall victim to police brutality and all manner of ills committed against these families. Who bears the responsibility for the bills? Then where there is death, what happens? It falls back to the family, and that is all. We need to look into this keenly as we find answers to these soul-searching questions. Appreciate all of you that are joining from wherever you are. Please keep it a Sound Kanti Talk. Invite somebody to join. We'll extensively be looking at that. There are two specific individuals, there's Boniface and there is Omondi. A new Omondi, Samuel Omondi Okoth. Was shot 8 times in the back. The doctors have succeeded to remove 7 bullets out of the 8. They're saying the 8th one is in a very critical place that may interfere with his spinal cord. Now, I just don't get it. At times I'm left without words. Why would somebody shoot another 8 times? Is that protest? Is that, what do you intend to get? 8 bullets in one body. Well, unfortunately, is another Okoth. We've just been supporting Frank Okoth. Now there is Samuel Omondi Okoth, survived 8 bullets in his body. He's fighting for his life also at Kenyatta National Hospital. What a world we live in. What a country. What a government. Well, welcome on board as we start this conversation. Thank you so much for being here. We salute all of you for your commitment and continued followership. We appreciate all of you for your support and, of course, believing in us and making sure that we are here to look into these things. The other twist to our discussion is about the goons. There are some confessions on who hired the goons, who assigned them to do what, although the police continue distancing themselves from the same. I don't think they can run too far. All the same, thank you so much for being here. Let's start with that story of the Kariuki family crying that they are abandoned, and another sad matter of it that there are still people who still want to make money from this family. Understand somebody posed as a SHA agent, demanded payment so that the SHA insurance can take care of the bills for Boniface, only for it to come out as if it's the usual conmanship. I don't know. Are we still humans? I mean, the family is coming to terms with their son being shot. They are not even sure their son will survive. And you still go to con them money. Well, let me not get worked up, but maneno mengine inanishinda tu, mtanisamee, lakini mimi nashindwa hata kama si wabaya. Yaani uovu wetu upimiki mpaka uende kuibia wala ambao. Wacha tu, let's look at the family and their story, and as we please invite somebody, share the link widely. Mambo mengine yananishinda sana. Let's keep it here. Sound Candy Talk.
The family of mask vendor Boniface Kariuki, who was shot during Tuesday's protest, is now complaining of being abandoned by the government despite their kin being in critical condition at the Kenyatta National Hospital. 5 days after his admission to the intensive care unit, the family says investigative agencies are yet to reach out to them to record statements or check on the progress of the victim, despite his injuries being inflicted by a police officer. In an update at the hospital, the family says Kariuki is paralyzed on the left side, and that is after he was shot in the head at close range. Gatete Njoroge reports on the family's agony, which has been compounded, reportedly by Kariuki's father being conned out of 200,000 shillings.
A mother in pain, Susan Nyambura breaks down before journalists, watching her firstborn son at the Kenyatta National Hospital's intensive care unit for the last 5 days has taken a toll on her. Boniface Mwangi Kariuki was a jovial young man before a police officer's bullet incapacitated him. Despite doctors conducting 2 surgeries to remove the bullet and bullet fragments inside his head, The mask vendor remains on life support as family clings to hope that he will regain consciousness.
Nasikia vibaya kwa saa hii. Juu mtoto wangu bado hajatoka hosi. Mgonjwa sana. Mara ya kwanza vile alikuwa hajabadilika.
Boniface cannot talk, and we don't expect Boniface's life to be back as the way it was. The left side of Kariuki can never come back to life.
Na tujue hali ya ukweli ya huyu kijana. Maana huyu kijana hajawahi badilika kutoka siku ya kwanza. Unakuta tu amerara, unakuta tu ni mashini inagoga na lakini yeye hata ukimuita, umuguza, umuongereshe harespondi kwa jambo lolote.
The family has accused the government of abandoning them despite their son being hospitalized as a result of police brutality. Since the incident took place, homicide detectives and IPOA are yet to reach out to record their statements and check on the progress of the victim.
Nobody has reached out to the family. Nobody has called the family. From the government, may it be from the investigators, no one has contacted the family. That's where the family came in contact with the wakili.
We are planning that on Monday, maybe we'll approach these security agencies to see whether we can get that assistance, which has not been forthcoming to date.
With the family still coming to terms with the unfortunate turn of events, Kariuki's father has fallen victim to online fraudsters who scammed him over 200,000 shillings on claims that they were in a position to help the family register for SHA. The cash was part of donations from Good Samaritans.
Ni mtu alikuwa anasema ati ako kwa saa ati tukinini hiyo bill ndio ipunguke nitume 20 na 500, lakini mwenye walienda kuweka akaweka kimakosa ikaenda ikuwa 200 na 500, lakini nimeenda nikachukua ubi namba.
Two police officers, Clinzy Masinde Barasa and Duncan Kiprono, who were arrested in connection to the assault and shooting of Kariuki, are in police custody, waiting for the mention of their case on July 3rd. Gatete Njoroge, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are becoming inhuman with every passing day. I mean, sio wajinga ndio waliwala, wanaumia au ndio wanaumizwa, wala wanaolia au ndio wanalizwa. I don't get it. All the same, the government is supposed to be held responsible for such occurrences. This matter took place on Tuesday. We are approaching Sunday, and the family says nobody has approached them. Nobody has, not even the investigators, nor the concerned parties. I want you to help me with wisdom and understanding of the same. Who is to be held responsible in such a matter? Who is supposed to step forth and help into ensuring that whatever is done, whatever should be done is done, and whatever that should be given out in terms of support to the family is done. This Kariuki family, they have an MCA, they have a member of parliament, they have a women rep, I'm sure. If they say nobody has come forth and they seem not to have a link between them and the central government, what's going on here? Is it now let the dead bury their dead or what? I need to hear what you think about the same. Thank you, those joining us on TikTok. Please share the live. Let's get more people to join and give your opinion out there. Let's be able to understand what's cooking. A family is, in a situation where they were not anticipating. Kariuki went out as usual to look for daily bread as he was doing his mask selling, and he knew he's going home to his family. But now he's shot by police and it's all caught on camera, and it's clear it's a police officer that did that. Don't we have mechanisms of stepping in and helping this situation? I mean, should they be left in the hands of well-wishers? It's almost a week now. What happens? I think we deserve better, and not only deserving better, a proactive government should have measures. What happened to, we used to have a ministry called special, is it special affairs or special what? Special programs. We also, you know, there is a ministry for gender, there's a ministry for youth, there is a used to have a ministry for home affairs. I don't know what ministry is supposed to be in, you know, intervening in this kind of a situation. And I mean, this is not something that it's a police case, yes, and the police are involved. So the government should be 100% active on the matter. Why would they be dilly-dallying on an open matter like this? The justice process is on, yes. The culprits are in remand, wherever they are in police custody, yes. They are waiting to appear before the judge. That's okay. But they're going to arrest the person. The victim is fighting for his life. The family is left in confusion. I thought we should be working from both ends. As we deal with the rogue police officer, we should also be supporting the family and help them at least navigate through this with ease. So, serikali, mko wapi? Naomba unisaidie na huo ujumbe. Nashukuru kila mmoja, tumakinike katika kukaribishana tunapoangazia masuala haya. Na ambalo linanisumbua sana ni ile hali ya matapeli. Huku familia inatafuta jinsi ya kusaidiwa na kudili na bill, alafu matapeli pia wamekwenda huko kwa huyo mzee ambaye ako taabani, wamemwibia 1,200 tena, ambaye inatoka kwa wahisani, watu well wishers kumsupport tu kwa hiyo situation. Mtu amejipanga vizuri tu, akaweka msamiati vizuri, akaona mahala pazuri pa kwenda kukulia kutumia jina la SHA ni kwa huyu mzee. Mimi nauliza, hiki ni kizazi kipi? I mean, are we still human beings? Don't we have empathy? Don't we have sympathy? Don't we allow ourselves to feel what other people are going through? Why would we take advantage of such a situation? Okay, help me make sense of the same. Thank you, everyone. I salute everyone who is joining. Please be active. Karibisha mtu tumakinike pamoja. Na wale ambao mnaingia studio, link nishaweka kwa comment section. Naomba ukaitumie na tukajadili kwa kina mambo haya. Sijui Undumani yuko wapi na wengineo. Tuje mbio mbio tukazungumze kwa wazi mambo haya. Ni kipi hiki ambacho kimefanyika na sisi wa Kenya mpaka tunataka kuibia wale ambao wanahitaji msaada yetu? Yaani wewe umeona tu mahali pazuri pa kwenda kuiba ni kwa huyu mzee ambaye amechanganyikiwa, mwanawe kapigwa risasi, you know, kwa njia isiyoeleweka. Haya, baadaye tena wananchi wanamchangia hapa na pale ili wafanye nini? Ili weze kujimudu na mambo haya. Kuna bill ndio hiyo, anasema serikali ni kama imechana mbuka. Katika hiyo hali mtu anajipanga tu, ameweka msamiati mzuri, ya kwenda kumuibia tena 200,000. Hey, Mungu katusaidie. Well, nawakaribisha nyote tumakinike tunapoendelea na mjadala, tusilegee, tukaribishane. What's happening with us? I would want to hear your opinion. Esther Stoll, I see you. Tuni, nataka maoni, mnasemaje? Na wengine ambao mmelala, amkeni. Kipindi ndio hiki, tumeanza kuchelewa ndio, lakini maoni mpaka tuyatoe na tuyasikie ipasavyo. Ni kipi hiki ambacho kimefanyika kwetu mpaka hatuhurumii watu? Yaani tumekuwa hayawani kabisa. Tunamuona mtu ameanguka chini, tunataka kummalizia hapo hapo chini. Na hili kutokana tu na kile polisi wanafanya huku wamekwenda kukabili nini? Masuala ya maandamano. Katika hiyo masuala ya maandamano ni kuua watu. Kuna ile story nyingine ambayo tutacheza hivi karibuni kuhusu Okoth mwingine, Samuel Omondi Okoth. Kapigwa risasi 8 kwa mgongo, 8. Hey. Sasa mbona hata ndovu God have mercy on me. Well, let me hear what you think about the whole scenario. Thank you very much. Naomba tumakinike kukaribishana. We're taking a short break. When we come back, we'll be switching to that story. And mpatie maoni yenu. Nani anapaswa kushughulikiwa kwa mambo haya? Na ningependa tu tushare hiyo. Kwa mfano, umepatikana kwa swala kama hili, unaenda wapi? Unaenda police station, unaenda kwa chief, unaenda wapi? Ningependa kujua hilo, mnielimishe. Sababu mimi sijui, lakini kwangu mimi naona serikali inapaswa kuwa na mstari wa mbele kwa mambo haya, na sio serikali ya kati peke yake, central government, kunapaswa kuwa pia county government. Hakunanga minister wa home affairs in the county government, kuna MCAs na nini, masuala kama haya. Where do you go as a family that is affected? Mwenzenu amepigwa risasi na polisi, yuko hospitalini, is fighting for his life. Sisi ambao tunapaswa kumshughulikia tunaenda wapi? Where do we go? Or report to the police station, and thereafter, where do we get help? I want you to help me with that information. I believe that will also help the Boniface family know what to do. I can see they have found a lawyer who is forging, of course, charges against the police officers that are involved in all this. But I'm talking in humanitarian aspect and, of course, social responsibility, because there is more than just pursuit for justice. There has to be that aspect of assisting this family. The family is, in shock. Things have happened that are beyond them. They are coping with the situation. Who do we hold responsible? 1, 2, how do they get help? How do they get help beside the well-wishers, beside the family? Is there any sense of responsibility from the government, both governments, county government as well as central government? And should this matter be taken over by the family only, or the county government and the central government should step in, tracing the matter right from the rogue police officer? Because the problem was not for the family. This was not even a stray bullet, okay? It would be a different story if we call it a stray bullet. But this is somebody who deliberately pointed at Boniface and shot him in the head. So it was not the exchanges and then it strayed and it landed. No. Somebody directly picked on Boniface, shot deliberately. So in such a matter, I even don't know what they will be investigating. The person caught on camera should be already, being dealt with. But in my calculation, I really want to make sense of this. Those of you been here long enough, you should let us know. Polisi wamepiga risasi mtu wenu. Okay. Kesi ipo inaendelea mahakamani. Misaada ya kuhakikisha kwamba huyu mtu analipiwa bili yake hospitalini. Familia inasaidiwa kwa njia moja au nyingine kukop na haya masuala. Tunakwenda wapi? Tunakwenda wapi? Kwa sababu hata tukienda kushitaki serikali, hiyo itachukua muda. Bili inaongezeka, huyu mtu wako kwa machine, support machine. And support machine hailipwi na, you know, na mashilingi. Inalipa na hela safi. So, naomba maoni yenu tunapoangazia swala hili. Tunachukua short break, tukirejea tutakuwa tuna switch sasa kuangalia pia swala la Omondi, alafu tukachambue hilo. Lakini kwangu mimi hili linanitisha sana kwamba Wakenya tumekuwa hayawani. Hakuna anayejali mwingine, na hata wale ambao wameathirika na janga hili bado tunawaibia. Hey. Mungu tusaidie.
Sound Candy Talk Live News. Tunazunguka kote kote mchana kutwa kukuletea taarifa na matokeo ya habari kutoka pembe zote za ulimwengu. Jioni tunaweka mduara wa kujadili taarifa zizo hizo kwa mapana na marefu. Ungana nasi kila siku ya wiki kwenye matukio ya siku, saa 2 jioni kwenye Sound Candy Talk. Matukio ya siku, makao makuu ya habari kuu ya siku.
And I really appreciate for being with you and having moment discussion, having a day with you. Indeed, it's so great as Bernard started over. For more confirmation or for more details of if you want to support the channel, just use the scrolling details on the screen and it will be great. If you also want to advert with us, use the screen details on the screen and we'll market your product very well, and we also market. And if the first time coming across the channel and you have not clicked the subscription note, please make sure you click the subscription note so that we can be together and we can move together as one. And also there's the link to join inside to be a member of Sound Candy Talk. Please, I still urge you, click the link, join and be a member of Sound Candy Talk. For those who are watching us on TikTok, please, I urge you, go to the YouTube channel, search Sound Candy Talk the same way it is on TikTok. Please subscribe and also join. Be a member of Sound Candy Talk and it will be great. We really love you. We really respect you. And I really ask God bless you, because we'll appreciate for you being there as Team Sound Candy Talk.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for staying tuned at Sound Candy Talk. We're here looking at shot and abandoned Boniface Kariuki and Omondi police brutality cases. And then, of course, the use of goons into attempting to diffuse or put off protests. What's happening with our world? What's happening with our country when the government begins to engage goons? But before we get into the goons story, Let's look at this story of Omondi, same victim of police brutality in the protest. On Tuesday, he's reported to have been shot 8 bullets. The doctors have succeeded to remove 7. They are still debating about one that is in a very critical place that may make him never be able to walk again. So what is this? I want you to hear your views, and let's just get the story first.
Samuel Omondi Okoth, a 21-year-old protester, is clinging to hope at the Kenyatta National Hospital after surviving a brutal encounter during last Tuesday's demonstrations. Omondi was shot 8 times in the back using rubber bullets. Only 7 have been removed. The last one, dangerously lodged near his spinal cord, threatens his ability to walk and is yet to be removed. O'Day Francis visited him and filed this report.
It was supposed to be a peaceful protest, but for Samuel Omondi, Tuesday the 17th of June 2025 turned into a nightmare. Witnesses say the protests were hijacked by unknown goons as security forces stood back watching. Within the madness, Samuel was struck down. 8 rubber bullets hit him, all aimed at his back and the same spot. His clothes where the rubber bullet went through, a stark reminder of his pain, with now being forced to use his plastic bag for his short calls. Samuel claims the same police officer who shot the masked hawker, Boniface Kariuki, is the same person who shot him after asking him why he shot Kariuki.
So ilikuwa nimwongelesha after ujama anauza mask amepigwa, ilikuwa nimuulize why are they killing innocent people.
Omondi says he was not the only one. Those who tried assisting him felt the wrath of the bullets.
Wengine wawili wakatunyuma wakasema ujama ameshutiwa tumsaidie. So mwingine akanishika huku, mwingine akanishika huku. Mmoja mwenye alikuwa ameshikilia huku pia akashutiwa mguu. Akaniachilia. So sasa ambulance tulikuja naye pia.
Doctors at Kenyatta Hospital say a spine specialist will attempt the delicate operation next week. If unsuccessful, Samuel could face permanent paralysis. His mother is pleading for financial assistance and justice.
Mtoto hajiwezi, hawezi kaa, hawezi lala vizuri, hawezi kutembea, kukula naye sasa hana appetite. Ndio yeye mwenyewe ndio kifungua mimba kwangu. Sasa mimi nilijua huyo mtoto ndiye atanisaidia. Serikali naomba mnisaidie.
Samuel can no longer sleep using his back due to the pain and unremoved bullet in his spine. At the far end of the orthopedic section lies Francis Oduor, another victim. He was heading home from work when a rubber bullet ruptured his leg during Thursday's unrest.
Nilikuwa kwa line panda matatu nikaenda home. So nikaona tu matatu ilikuja, ukimbia niende kwa matatu, wakatupatia gas karibu 4 safari moja. Dakika kidogo ndio nimesikia mama mwingine alikuwa mbele yangu kama pale akaanguka. Na mimi pia ndio hiyo kwenda kurescue, nasikia pupa. Nasikia tu mzito mzito hivi. Watu walikuja tu wakanibeba na mkokoteni wakanipeleka pale place. Fanya dressing ngeso huko. Nilikuwa na bleed kabisa. Bleed karibu 1 hour nikiwa hapo chini.
Both men, now patients, are collateral damage in a city grappling with growing unrest, rising force and fading lines of accountability.
To our cries, Eliud Lagat is still free. He's still a free man. He has not been arrested. He has not been charged. And he is the complainant behind the death of Albert Ojwang. So, and he is still giving orders to the police who are now shooting people like Samuel Omondi.
For Samuel and Francis, the recovery will take more than medicine. It demands answers and action from those entrusted with public safety. Ode Francis, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
Mambo ni kama hayo. Inji yetu ndio hiyo. Yani nashindwa. Polisi walikwenda kudhibiti maandamano ama walikwenda moja kwa moja kuua? Kwa sababu kupiga mtu risasi 8 unataka nini? Unaambie kuna ile hali ya sababu mimi kile naelewa, mimi sio polisi, lakini kile naelewa ni kwamba mojawapo ya sababu ya kuwa na bunduki ni self defense ipo, lakini kama tuseme mshukiwa anatoroka, kuna njia ku immobilize the person ili asitoroke. Kwa hivyo unalenga nini? Unampiga mguu, okay, ili umkamate, umfikishe mbele ya haki. Sasa hii ya kupiga mtu kwa mgongo kwa sababu amekuuliza mbona umepiga mtu risasi ni ipi? So polisi wetu wamekuwa wauaji kwa sababu hii ndio tunaona. Kwa sababu I don't think there is any other explanation. Why would somebody shoot another? Frank alipigwa risasi 6. Huyu amepigwa 8. One body. What do you want to achieve? And then asa tumeanza kupewa story risasi zote ambazo zilitolewa siku hiyo zilirudi. Hakuna sijui polisi alitumia sijui risasi nini. Hii story yote tunapewa inahusu nini? Kuhusu nini? What is the purpose of policing? Is it not to ensure that there is law and order? So which law and order is this that warrants somebody to be shot? 8 bullets. Help me make sense of it. Is this what policing is? I would want anybody who either is a police officer or a government officer, come and explain to us. Is this policing or it is outright murder? Because this is shooting with intention. It's shooting with it. I don't see why somebody can shoot, because I'm trying to figure out what did they want to achieve, if not to kill these people. Because kumiminia mtu marisasi 8, you are not immobilizing the person. You're not even looking for how to arrest the person. You are killing. You are a killer. You want the person dead. That's all I can make out of this. So why would that be the case? Why would we be a killer squad? I thought our responsibility as police officers should be to ensure that we preserve lives, protect lives. So this killer approach, whereby we want to, get those that we deem to be our victims, or, those that we shoot at, they should die. Is that the essence of policing? Help me make sense of this. Thank you, everybody, from wherever you are. Asante kwa wale ambao mnakaribisha mtu. Nataka maoni yenu. Tusilegee. Na watu wangu wa TikTok, ebu likes hizo zipande, and then share live watu wengi wangu, watu wa nguvu tu wa join, alafu tupate kuelewa ni kipi kinachoendelea na nchi yetu hii inapona ama tunaipoteza. Kwa sababu hiki kinachoendelea mimi sikifahamu. Ninyi mtanisaidia. Kwa sababu kama ni bunduki imepeanwa na kwa serikali. I mean, yes, imepeanwa na niko kutokana na nini? Kutokana na pesa ya watu ya walipa ushuru. So hao wananchi ambao ndio waajiri wako, hao wananchi ambao ndio unapaswa kuwalinda kwa sababu wewe ni mmojawapo ya wafanyikazi wa serikali, hao ndio unaua, yaani unapiga kuua. Sasa hivi wewe, tofauti yako na jambazi ni nini? Tofauti yako na terrorist ni nini? Utuambie wewe unafanya polisi ngani ya kuua hii? Do we still have conscience as a country? I don't see this, I mean, as policing. This is killing. So what will warrant police to kill? Last time you claimed that it was invasion of whatever, what are they called? Protected areas. That people invaded parliament. That is why they used bullets on them. Was Kariuki invading protected area? This Samuel, was he invading protected area? Or on that street where he was is a protected area? Something needs to happen to us. I don't think this is how things should be done. And as a country, we deserve better. And so if you're getting me, let me hear what you think about the whole scenario. But this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. It's not just annoying. It's a disturbing trend that we arm our police officers to go instead of them, ensuring that there is order, there is peace. There is, harmony in the society. They're the ones leading in killing our people. No, this ought not to be the case. So unless somebody proves to me that there is something they want to achieve with this other than killing innocent people, the police force does not exist for that. It does not. Na wananchi wakiprotest, hiyo ni haki ya kikatiba. Kama vile wewe unajua idara ya polisi ni kitengo cha katiba. Okay? The police don't work on themselves. They are provision of the constitution. So is the president, so is the member of parliament, so is the senator. They are creation of the constitution. And so kama vile maandamano yanalindwa na katiba, ndio vile polisi analindwa na katiba, ndio vile serikali whatever president analindwa na katiba, na wote ambao ni wahusika. So ni kipi ambacho sisi tunafanya? Tunataka kulinda katiba ipi ili hali tunataka kuvunja? Wananchi wakienda kudemonstrate na kuprotest, ni haki yao ya kikatiba. Jukumu la polisi ni kuwapatia ulinzi ili wasiingiliwe na wale ambao hawafai, wasiokuwa na sehemu na hayo maandamano, wakaharibu maandamano. Pili, kusikuwe na wale wahuni ambao wanataka kuiba, wasitumie hayo maandamano kama nafasi ya kufanya nini? Kwenda kuiba. So jukumu la polisi ni kulinda maduka yasivunjwe wakati kuna protest. Wahuni wasiingie waharibu nini? Waache the people protesting to protest peacefully. Hiyo ndio jukumu la polisi. Lakini sasa hii polisi ya kufungua, kupiga mtu risasi 8, kupiga mtu risasi ya kichwa, risasi ya kichwa, kwa andiko lipi? Nani upigwa risasi ya kichwa kama hutaki kuua? So hawa polisi wa kuua waliingia polisi saa ngapi? Walipewa jukumu la kuua na nani? Wananchi wamekuwa adui wa nchi saa ngapi? Mnisaidie. Mnieleweshe. Naomba tumakinike. Asante sana kwa wote ambao mnajiunga nasi. Sound Candy Talk Live ndio tuko tumejaja. Wengine wote ni kama wamelala. Sound Candy Talk Facebook, Sound Candy Talk TikTok pia. Sioni watu. Hebu tujitahidi kukaribishana, tumakinike katika kufuata kile ambacho kinaendelea hapa. Simba Omar Said hapa anasema anasema lazima achangiwe na raia, serikali mpaka akahonge ndio upate haki ya kununuliwa. Very sad, very sad. So baba Boniface anachangiwa tena, tunafuata hizo za mchango, tunaenda kumuibia nchi yetu hii. Mungu atusaidie. Simba Barisaid bado anasema imani hakuna, hata kanisa mpaka ujulikane ndio usaidiwe. Mungu tusaidie. Okay, kama wewe si wa kujulikana basi utatengwa. Mungu tusaidie. Okay. Bado Simba Omar Said anasema wanapatiwa watu wagonjwa mabunduki. Hivi sasa ndiposa nikipenda kulielewa hili. Yes, kama wewe sio wazimu, kama wewe sio muuaji, itakuwaje wewe mtu mwanadamu kama wewe unamimilia risasi nani? Utakuwa akili yako iko sawa kweli? Itakuwa wewe ni mtu wako sawa kweli? So tumechukua bunduki tumeweka mikononi mwa watu ambao ni wagonjwa. Nakubaliana na Omar Said kwa sababu haiwezekani wewe mtu uko na akili timamu umiminie mtu risasi nani? Unatafuta nini? You are a killer. You don't belong to the police force. You don't belong to the police service. You shouldn't be anywhere. The gun is being given. And that also leaves us to ask the question, do we have a way of, establishing the sanity of these police officers? After you are recruited, you go to Kiganjo, you are trained, you are given a gun, and you continue operating. Do we look into the welfare of the police? Do we look into the sanity, the soberness, the capability of these people to restrain themselves under provocation? Do we have such programs? Ama si tupo tu. So I think we need better, better approach towards this. And I don't know, the concerned parties needs to up the game. Uwezi kuwa hata kama mimi ni na fanya kazi katika dunia ya kanisa. Okay? Uwezi kuwa ni askofu, uko na wachungaji, lakini wachungaji mkutani, hautaki kujua wako wapi, wanaendeleaje, lakini wewe unaendelea tu kujidai wewe ni askofu, umesimamia makanisa 100, sijui makanisa 1000. Au askari wako, au ambao wanafanya kazi chini yako, wako akili timamu. What is their level of judgment? What is their level of weighing matters? How well are they in their capacity to restrain themselves? Because I think as a country, we are doing poorly because of assumption. We say that assumption is the lowest level of knowledge. We assume that because somebody has gone through training, he will always be fit to do what he was trained to do. But that is never the reality. That is never the reality. Yes, that's never the reality. There are issues that can come up. There are cases that can come up. And so in my understanding, the police, beside the cruelty and the brutality that they are visiting on the people, there must be something more to them. not holding brief for any, because I don't see why anybody in their right mind should be raining 8 bullets in one person. That's insanity. That is cruelty. That's beyond evil. And then another one shoot somebody in the head. From where? Then it's clear on camera. You are not cornered. You are not in the corner. You are not between corridors. I mean, it is in the open. Why would you shoot somebody in the head? Well, let me know. Thank you everybody who is interacting with us. Thank you so much. Please tujitahidi. Na wale ambao mnakuja studio sijui mmechelewa wapi. Naomba tafadhali tusikae sana. Mnajua Jumapili ndio hii na tutangatuka mapema kwa sababu ya hiyo. So tafadhali tujitahidi kuwahi mapema. Simba Omar Said bado anasema kawaida wapimwe akili kabla kupewa bunduki. Haipatiwi kila mtu. I agree with you. I agree with you. And then, of course, the police should not be left on their own. 1, 2, we shouldn't have, a police force that only wakes up, marching, ironing clothes, and marching. I think we need also to have some level of mental health. Okay, mental consideration. I understand June was the month of the men's mental health. I think our police officer needs that. And so ninyi watu wote wasimamizi wa polisi, IG na wengine wote, hakuna program ya kuhakikisha kwamba hawa polisi ambao mnatumia akili yao iko timamu, ama walipotoka kiganja ndio hivyo. Once a teacher, always a teacher. Hata walimu wanaendanga in service training. Na unajua kuna job, kuna career yako na kuna maisha. Okay? Na watu wako na ile hali ya kutofautisha kati ya shida zao na shida za wengine. Okay? Sio kila mtu anaweza kuweka shida yake kando, akafanye kazi, amalize, atachukua shida yake baadaye. So haya ni masuala ambayo kama vile Omar Said ama anasema lazima yashughulikiwe na likuwe ni swala la dharura, kwa sababu mimi sielewi kwa nini mtu ameminie mtu risasi 8, risasi 6 kwa mwili mtu. Tena huyu ni kijana. Okay, unatafuta nini? What do you want to achieve with this? What's your intention? What's the end result of all this? Unataka kuachieve nini? Utapewa badge nyingine? Utaongezea madaraka kwa kumimina risasi 8? What's your end game? What do you want to achieve? Kusababisha vifo tu? Kusababisha familia zilie? Is that your joy? Is that your fulfillment? Well, let's keep going. Thank you, everyone. Kuna Mangi Evans uko nyuma ya studio, asante sana, karibu. Simba Omar Said bado anasema kwa ufupi, serikali yote afuate sheria. Okay, I think so. Na kuna ile hali ambayo tumezoea kutofuata sheria, kwa hivyo kuvunja sheria ndio utamaduni wetu, na hiyo haiendi vizuri, kwa sababu we will eventually just get to that place where lawlessness will take center stage, and when it does, we'll be the first one to cry. And so we cannot be police wherever, we cannot be law enforcement officers and we lead in breaking the same law. The law is as good as it is preserved, and the law serves you to the degree you serve it. So if you yourself don't respect the law, how do you expect the law to be enforced by you? The Bible talks about you have readiness to punish all disobedience when your own obedience has been fulfilled. So wewe mwenyewe uweke sheria, alafu unataka kutulazimisha sisi tuweke sheria, tutaweka vipi? So police officers, beside all other complications that may arise from this, please don't accept the responsibility ya kubeba gun if you are not in good mental state. Usikubali. Okay? Kama wewe kubeba bunduki ni danger to the public, confess. Sio lazima hata ukiwa dismissed. Ndio hivyo tu. Kwani kuna nini? Training yenu ya polisi ni miezi 3, miezi 4. Miezi 3, miezi 6. Kuna watu wanajiuzulu baada ya kutrain for years. So ni kipi hiki ambacho kinakulazimisha wewe you are not mentally stable, or you know you are not yourself. You know you are not yourself. Maybe you had a quarrel at home. Maybe there are things pressing you. Please don't take the gun and turn it against wananchi. Don't place yourself in a place where you want to be a volunteer killer to the public. It's wrong. So beside government failure and all other lawlessness, please, just as a person on personal grounds, haifai kabisa haswa kumiminia vijana marisasi. It doesn't add up. Akwendi hivyo hata katika vita. You don't kill young people. You preserve young people. Young people are the carriers of the future. Why should you rain 6 bullets, 8 bullets in one person? Shoot somebody in the head. This is not sitting well. So let's keep talking. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate as we continue to engage. I look forward to, look into all these stories. Simba Marseid anasema inji. Okay. Askari wengi ni walevi. Wanavuta bangi. Hawachunguzi na watu. Wewe Omar Said, wewe ni polisi kwanza. Enda pole. Sawa. So I think they may be having some mental challenges which requires attention. So I really would want that addressed. And all the people, Ministry of Internal Security and the entire police faculty, it needs to be looked at extensively. And then the police waongeleshwe. Okay, waongeleshwe. Naonanga kuna chaplains juu ya polisi nini. Kuwe na watu ambao watawapatia maelekezo ya kiroho, na wale ambao wanahitaji kuelekezwa masuala ya mental health waongeleshwe. Usichukue bunduki upatie mtu ambaye unajua kwamba hafai. Na wewe ukipewa bunduki utakuwa danger to the public. Kataa. Afadhali ukatae kuliko ukubali, alafu unachukua bunduki unaenda kuua watu. Haifai kabisa. And this being happy to kill and happy to eliminate people is inhuman. Is inhuman. Leave alone even the illegality of it. It's inhuman. Hatujaumbwa kuua watu. Hatujaumbwa kuua wenzetu. Ama mnaenda polisi kufundishwa jinsi ya kuua. Kuua police officer ni kuua muuaji. Is that it? Let's be serious for once. And so all the concerned parties, Murkomen na genge lako, kundi lako, okay? Tafadhali haya maswala yashughulikiwe. Kama askari wako na ile hali ya kuchoka na hawana uvumilivu, hawana njia ya kujizuia wakati wanakuwa provoked, basi hao wasipewe nafasi ya kwenda kukutana na wananchi, na wasipewe silaha wakienda kukutana na wananchi. Kwa nini? Jukumu kubwa la polisi ni kulinda wananchi, sio kuwaua. So huyu mtu amechoka na maisha, so anataka kila mtu akufe, alafu mmempa bunduki. Well, thank you everybody as we continue to engage. Thank you so much. I can see Amos Otieno, I can see Priscilla Zawadi wanakuja kutoa frustration zao kwa wananchi. That seems to be the case. That seems to be the case. Labda wamepigwa nyumbani ama wamedharauliwa nyumbani, sasa wanaona their stress watolewa wananchi. Hapana. Na wahusika wote ambao wanashughulika na hii masuala haya, tungependa mabadiliko. Tungependa mabadiliko ambayo yanafaa. We need a police service that is acting in the interest of the public and in the interest of the majority of Kenyans, not the one that wants to kill us. Well, thank you, everybody. I'm happy Reverend Lala is here. Reverend Lala, how are you today?
Give me 5 minutes.
All right, no problem. Thank you. So as we change the gear, I would want to, call us to order. Call us to order. And then pia naongea hivi, naongelesha Murkomen na wahusika wote, lakini pia tuongee kama Wakenya. Na mojawapo ya jambo ambalo ningependa tuongee kama Wakenya ni hawa polisi sio watu kutoka Hague. Sio watu kutoka Haiti. Hawa polisi ni ndugu zetu. Hawa polisi ni baba zetu. Hawa polisi ni mama zetu. Wakati mko na hiyo get together, hiyo mko kwa hiyo Cousins Association na hiyo masuala mengine, mnazungumza kuhusu nini? Huyo ndugu yenu ambaye mmepeleka mpaka polisi ako na akili timamu. Kama anapitia jangamoto, huyo jangamoto mnaijua? Kwa sababu hawa watu wanaotumiminia risasi 8, wanaotumiminia risasi 6, wanaotumiminia risasi kwa kichwa sio wageni, ni ndugu zetu. So ni kipi hiki ambacho kinaendelea katika jamii yetu ambako wale watu tumelea, watu tumepeleka shule, watu ambao tumefanya nini, tumewaelimisha, ndio wamegeuka kuwa nini? Wauaji wetu. Ni kipi hiki ambacho kimekwenda mrama? Naomba mnieleweshe. Well, let's listen to this as we continue with the conversation. Kuna huyu mwanaharakati tena mwanasiasa, nilimuona kwa mkutano wa DCP na Gachagua. Inaonekana anajiandaa kwenda kupambana na inaitwa KJ kwa Dagoretti, sijui ni South ama ni wapi. So kuna vile ambavyo wa Kenya lazima tujifunze na lazima tuwajibike. So I think those of us who are related to police officers, who have a police officer in our reach, let's also reach out to them in one way or another. Let them explain what's happening, because what's going on is not normal. Let's listen to this and then we'll be back shortly.
Exist on the face of the earth. Any creature that calls itself a human being, that has got the audacity to put money together and tell a young person to go and beat up another person, that creature is not a human being. That creature is the existence of a devil taking the form of human life. That literally is Lucifer existing in a suit and tie. And we must call them out for who they are. So if you see a Lucifer with 7 horns, that's a human being who pretends to be a human being, who gives money to young people to go and beat up other young people because of saying that they are being led badly. And to the Lucifers of this country, whoever you are, whoever is funding those Gen Zs, may you never know peace. May your children live to experience the kind of violence that you are meeting on other people's children. May they grow up to experience that violence, meted on them or their children or their children's children. Because even if I hated people how, I would never spend a coin paying someone to go and beat up another one. Wewe na shetani, same WhatsApp group.
where we reveal confessions of young men hired by politicians to disrupt or altogether stop protests that had been slotted for Tuesday in what is emerging as an officially sanctioned assignment complete with the blessings of the security agencies. Goons linked up with the police to patrol the streets of Nairobi on Tuesday, ostensibly to prevent protesters from entering the city. Let's hear more from Citizen TV's Ode Francis.
On Tuesday this week, peaceful protesters made for the streets of the city, demanding justice over the death of blogger Albert Ojwang in police custody and calling for the resignation of Deputy Inspector General Eliud Lagat. But the protests were violently disrupted by goons armed with djembe sticks. The goons appeared to enjoy police protection, raising key questions. Whose goons were they? Who hired them, and at what price? The police have denied any links to the hired gangs, and so has Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja. Our investigations to establish the truth took us across the city, from Kibra, Korogocho to Dagoretti. We came face to face with some of the goons, some nursing head injuries, others with broken limbs, many complaining they were shortchanged and never received the payments they were promised for sabotaging the protests. And just how much money changed hands and who was behind it all.
Kwanza nilikuwa Kangware, nikakuja kama kufanya kazi kawaida ya pikipiki. Tukakutana na wenzangu wanateremka, kauzwa naenda hapo, kaniambia twende. Tukaenda hapo kwa Kanjo, hapo iko karibu na Freemason hapo. Kufika hapo kama dakika 10 hivi, wakatuandika majina. Kidogo kidogo gari ikakuja fielder. Nimepepa mpini. Wakaanza kugawa watu hapo, lakini wakati wakigawa hivyo, gari ya ilikuwa KBU white.
Na petrol station iko pale. Wapi? Hapo ndio tulikuja tukapatana. Unaona raunda ya Uhuru Park. Ukiingia za uingia cooperative. Hizo area hapo. Kuja na watu wangu walikuwa 83. Watu wangu wa pande ya kwangu kwa. Kidea.
At this junction along Dennis Pitt Road, one group of the hired goons assembled. This was their briefing point. It's here they received their final instructions before heading out on their mission. Others gathered at Green Park for the same purpose, receiving orders before setting off on their assigned task. It turns out some of them have not received their money yet in pain after the job.
Sio tukaenda hiyo tukapatiwa hadi tulipewa hadi fare. Tukaenda tukafika. Fare tulipatiwa juu tulikuwa watu wawili, tulipewa 50-50. Tulipewa 100.
Pesa sikuwa nimeidiwa do, tulikuwa tumebonga do. Lakini total ingefai kwa ngiri 2.
Mtu anakutajia mboka, anakuambia do ni after shughuli. After shughuli kiisha unampigia anambia bado sijaekewa, anakuambia bado sijaekewa, unampigia unasikia ni mteja. Na unasikia hizi do zinasemekana ngazina ngadeni. Ikishaenda imeenda. Utaenda mripoti wapi? Mliandikishia na wapi?
This video shows the same group walking outside City Hall. We sought to find why.
Na ile tukupita pale mbele ya City Hall ilikuwa tu just kuonyesha tumefanya job. Ile Kenya ulitulipia tumeidu. Ndio tumeidu, lakini tumeidu though bado tuja receive. Lakini tumeidu. Tuja receive do.
Na mpaka saizi umepata pesa?
Sijapata.
Some of them have been on social media asking for forgiveness while upcountry fearing for their own safety.
Sina ubaya na mmoja wenyu. Niko chini ya magoti yangu. Kofia pia nimewatolea majenzi. Sina ubaya. Naomba tu kama kuna mtu nimemkosea, tafuteni tu mahali kwa Roseli, munisamee. Halafu tarehe 25 inshallah tutashirikiana na nyinyi.
So far, no arrests have been made. No one has been charged with supplying weapons, nor questioned over coordination. Instead, a chilling message for protesters echoed in new videos. Ode Francis, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
There you have it. Our lawlessness and our use of extra, what do I call them? Extra judicial. Is it extrajudicial? It's not extrajudicial. Is you know, working outside of the law is not an accident. It's a design. You go and hire people to go and disrupt protests, and you are a governor. You are a legislator. You are. I mean, what is this? Maandamano yapo. Maandamano ni yako katika sheria. So itakuwaje wewe unaenda kinyume cha sheria? Kukodi watu kinyume na sheria, kuwatuma kwenda kuvunja sheria, ile hali wewe ndio unakwenda kuapa kwamba na hapa ya kwamba nitatetea katiba, nitakuwa mwaminifu, kwa katiba ipi utakuwa unafuata na kuitetea kama ni hii unavunja? Now look at people's children. Wamekatwa mikono, wamevunjwa vichwa kwa wewe kuajiri kwenda kufanya maovu, alafu unajiita kiongozi. Wewe ni kiongozi kweli? Uongozi ni huu? No, we deserve better than this, and I think we are more civilized than this. Why are we going back to primitive ways of doing things when we are in a modern system? A modern system. What is so difficult about making sure that maandamano ifanyike ni amani, na maandamano ikifanywa ni amani, polisi walinde maduka, kila kitu kiwe salama? That's the purpose of the maandamano. So hii ingine ni gani? Eti wewe unaenda kukodi watu waende kudisrupt maandamano. You know that disruption is the beginning of chaos. So hii ndio Sakaja alikuwa anasema hata ruhusu maandamano Nairobi. But hatuhitaji maandamano, hatuhitaji ruhusa ya Sakaja kufanya maandamano Nairobi. Tumefanya maandamano Nairobi kabla Sakaja kuje Nairobi. Wacha Sakaja kuwa governor, kukuja Nairobi, kutoka kula alikotoka kuja Nairobi. Alikuta maandamano hapa. So hii ndio njia yake ya kuzuia maandamano, to go and hire goons to come and that's why I have a problem with the so-called young leaders. Yeah, people are not leaders because they are young or they are old. I should expect Sakaja and the team to be thinking better of ways of containing situations, not working through the crude old, I mean, hapana. Kuna njia tofauti ya kudili na mambo. Come address the protesters, join the protest, make sure they are peaceful. Deploy the askaris kulinda mali na kuprotect wafanyabiashara. Hiyo ndio kuwa kiongozi. Unataka kuwa kiongozi wa kuangamiza watu? Haya, wamekatwa mikono hawa, wamevunjwa vichwa. Umefurahi sasa? Unaona unaendelea vizuri, unaongoza jiji vizuri. No. And so for this, Sakaja hajakamatwa. Sakaja kamatwa aende kujibu maswali. Hao watu wamesema yeye ndio aliwakodi. Apelekwe nini? Na hii maswala ya kuchagua nani anapelekwa kizimbani na nani apeleke kizimbani, nayo pia yakome. Yakome kabisa. Mtu akitajwa tu achukuliwe aende kujibu. Yes. Sio story stepping aside wakamatwe. I don't know if Lala you're ready. I think we should come through. It's time is running.
Bernard, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to the commentary. And I think our problem has got a very sad history because we are dealing with an issue that has been building over a period of time. When you have youth that feel uh, out of, they feel outside the system, their needs and their wants, and there's nobody seem to care about who they are and what their future is all about. The people that are leading are only interested in their interests, their families, and their businesses and their deals. And so we have a serious problem because what we are seeing now is a fruition, is the product of many years of political corruption, many years of tribalistic mindset that has been building over a long period of time, and nobody really listens to a poor man, a struggling father, like that young man, and fathers and mothers like that. You see where they come from, objective poverty. And yet, what can help any of those young people to at least beat this poverty is not there. And when they try to get out of it, protesting, then all of a sudden they are, victimized. So really, when you see young people doing what they are doing, on one level we can say we could call them names, but we have failed them. It is the government. That question I answered mine is the government that has failed them. But when you talk about the government, you talk about us. Okay, so Kenyans, even at this moment in the protest, Kenyans know what they don't want, but they don't know what they want. I'm telling you, when the election comes, they will elect the same people. Right now, we can talk about they're gonna kick them out. Wait and see. They will elect the same people, and even the good one, when they go up the ladder, they join them. Secondly, I think also we are at a time when reason is gone. All we have are raw emotions hurting people. So we don't even want to wait to know the truth and about things. We react, then we overreact before we get all the facts together. Why am I saying that? There are some of the things that have been happening. When you hear the final truth or what is going on, then you ask yourself, this initial reaction, was it based on fact or based on somebody whipping our emotions to do things? Because we have an opposition right now that is just as corrupt as those who are, in the government. And it's almost like the switch side. If you give them money is the indicator that where they're going to be. So when these young people take those sticks to go and beat other people, they are doing exactly what they see we do. The system is doing, the politicians are doing. They are sold to the highest bidder. That's exactly what is going on. People like Ashagwa, they are there because they are fighting because what they had, they've been basically kicked out, and now they're fighting to get back there. I don't think they're fighting for us, Wananchi, but they're using our language. They're there telling us, what they want to do. But we know when they go up there, we know what they're interested in. It's their money. Because cases that we had in court, they just disappear. So you wonder, where's the truth? So we are left here confused, especially some of us in the diaspora. Okay, we are wondering what is really going on at home. What is the truth here? So it's very hard for us even to peruse and tujue kwamba hapa ukweli iko wapi. And we are so in a big, big danger. So I think we have been building this momentum for a long, long time. And I think it's come to a point where we are going down as a nation if we are not careful. So the young people, on one level, they should not do what they did. But on the other hand, we forced them to be there. So anybody giving them money, they can eat. Because people call me because they have no food in the evening to eat. They've got nowhere and no prospect of getting it. So you can see how vulnerable they are. Somebody promises them something, they end up, being used. And this, I believe, they are very good kids. That they only need direction. They need a government that will tell them the truth, and then have a plan, a clear plan for them. This is what we have for you. Right now, we don't have it. So you want us to protest? We know what we don't want, but really, the people are telling us they have answers. They don't even know what they want or what. I mean, they have got no clue what they're going to do. So that's where we are. We are between a rock and a hard place at this moment. My heart goes out to those young people, and if they ask for forgiveness, let's hear them, let's listen to them, let's rehabilitate them, because the big enemy is those who are shooting them and killing them. And these young people, all they're looking for is opportunity, and if they get that opportunity, they'll be just fine. Back to you, Bernard.
Oh, thank you, Lala, for that. And maybe before we drop that thought, you seem to be almost reading from the same script with Ruto. Ruto says the people saying Ruto must go don't have a plan on what to do with the country or what to do with the young people in the country. And so if the agenda is Ruto must go, they should just, forget it, because he has better plans for young people. He has better plans for mamas and farmers.
To an extent, Ruto is correct. But
yes,
on the other hand, he is wrong because he has got no clue what he wants this country to go. Okay? He has got no clue. He is part of the problem. So he can't tell us, that he has a plan. He does not have a plan. Those young people may have a better plan than them because at least they are thinking about their own future in this country. They don't have money. They want to build wealth. They want to raise their children. They want a peaceful country. They want a place where they can call home. To me, I think that's more of a better vision for the country than somebody who's looking for money, and that's all. And then lying to us every single day, and shooting and buying those whatever rungus to give the young people. And those are the Ruto type, buying the rungus. Yeah. Back to you, Ben.
Okay, thank you. I get you and I hear you clearly. So Ruto and team, I don't think as much as the people he's calling have no plan, he's not different from them. He came into office on the premise of having answers to what was bedeviling the people. He despised and looked down on the governance of Uhuru Kenyatta, called it the handshake administration, not having a plan. And what is surprising is that the watu wa kitendawili, the mzee wa kitendawili, the people he said don't have plan, are now the ones who have come to his rescue. So this Ruto claiming this don't have plan, how does he know when we don't have plan? and dismiss our plan, only for him to reach a midstream and come up with this monster called broad-based government that now brings the people he said are planless, rudderless, and all manner of dehumanizing words describing the opponent.
Bernard, Ruto is one of the biggest mistakes we ever made. Because let's say, even if he has a plan, and let's say he has a good plan, but you see, you cannot you cannot implement that plan because of already the baggage you have as Ruto himself. It's almost like there are people who pawn people to heaven, but they're not going there. Okay, heaven, they tell you how heaven is good, but they're not going there. So Ruto himself has got a baggage, the point where he cannot implement any plan that you have, even if he has the most beautiful plan. The plan, there has to be it has to be the visionaire, there has to be the one to implement the plan, has to have the technical knowledge, and also has to have that experience and awareness. And in other words, you look at the plan and the person, you see there is a correlation. Ruto is just is too corrupt, and so far we have not seen anything that that he has put forth that is coherent, that is holding together. So he can talk and talk and talk. Yeah, yes, he can talk some truth about the people moving around here and they are trying to, to get rid of him. But definitely, the plan is not with Ruto. The plan is with Kenyans, and Kenyans know those who have a plan because they have integrity. They care about the nation. They are not thieves, okay, and they are able to relate to us, and Kenyans know that. But for some reason, we have a problem, and the problem, I think, has been we are sold to our ethnic, don't know, stronghold. We are sold to this idea of the love of money, which is the root of all evil. You give people money, and for some reason they forget the plan. You want to call it the plan? They forget what need to be done. They end up following the money. They're selling their birthright. And I think if Kenyans will stop, glorifying these people, then we will be okay. And so to me, there's no difference between those young people, with rungus, and some of us, if we can't follow the true north, if we're looking for our own interest in the name of patriotism, loving Kenya. It's like you're fighting, but at the end of the day, you're fighting for your little group. I look at people like Ashago. Where have they been? What have they done to make us believe? Look at these other teams that have been there. What have they done? They compromise, including my one. I respect people like Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, and others. There are moments when they should have saved us, they let it go. So it seems to me, Bernard, that God gives us a certain job at a critical time, a moment that can change a nation. Imagine Musyoka said no to Kibaki that time when he was busy. What could have happened? Imagine Martha Karua said no. Imagine the Attorney General, I mean not Attorney General, but the Chief Justice Mutunga said no to stealing of election. Where we could be. So I think people must know that God calls them to a place at a critical moment, and when they put their guards down, things will happen that will define their legacy or the nation itself, because those are people who failed us. Okay. So it is critical for us to learn, even as we fight for our nation, that we cannot compromise. Any compromise means that you've sold your country. And where we are can also be as a result of those inaction, things that they did not do when they are given the chance to do it, okay, to save a nation. And so right now, let Kenyans be honest. Yeah, let's be honest. If you know you did not do right, it is you better on to it so that you are able to get on the right side and do things the right way. Because this idea of whipping our emotions, we know what you don't want, but we don't know what you want. When you get it, then we see somebody else. That's the problem that we have in the nation today. It's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful place, but it's sad the way we handle it. And maybe something that we can learn as Kenyans based on Karua and Musyoka, okay, but Kalonzo Musyoka. You know, I think we can learn from them that it doesn't take a lot of good things, but just one bad thing that we allow to happen defines the entire nation. Okay. When Kalonzo Musyoka joined Kibaki, that gives strength to Kibaki too, and the end is what we had the Uhuru and the killing, you know, the Hague and all that, and this present government. Okay, so they might tell us, you know, one thing, but if you study reasoning back, looking back, you discover that some of these things started way back by our failures. And so these young people doing what they're doing is because they believe nobody cares about them. And because we believe nobody cares about them, give them money, they go for it. Unless we come with a plan to get them working, to give them hope and a future, we are in trouble. Big trouble. Big one. That was a foretaste of what can happen. Yeah. Thanks, Bernard.
All right. Thank you, Lala. We appreciate that, and it is clear that our country has had numerous opportunities to redeem herself, but we have always lost it through carelessness and, of course, cowardice for not standing up for what is valid. Our bending of rules to suit specific situations and specific circumstances seems to be our number one unmaking. That an outright rigged election can be ratified and supported and upheld, and see what has come out of the same. We bend once, we have to bend always, and in the process now we can't even straighten what is clear before our eyes. And now we see the lawlessness now spilling over, that people charged with the responsibility to take care of the masses are now against the masses, endangering the masses, and hiring people to go and beat up the masses. It is evil, it's wicked, and it's primitive. Primitive, I mean, would you still be human when you are taking those globos, mipini, to go and hit it with somebody? And you paid for it, you hired people to supply, you're giving them to somebody to go and use them on somebody. And you're still okay, you're still breathing in and out, you still sane. Hey, this is too much. You also said Ruto is part of the problem, and it's clear William Ruto doesn't have any other plan for this country except the Moi politics, and the Moi politics that were geared towards preserving the presidency by keeping yourself relevant, needed, and ensuring that people are needy, and they are needy, and you are the only one that can be the solution. So these empowerment programs that are running with Kindiki and the rest around the country are all meant to deceive Kenyans and look like William Ruto is doing something when he's actually denying Kenyans what is rightfully theirs. I still believe in the blueprint of the Azimio group that were out to make sure that Kenya prospers, Kenya industrializes, and Kenyans are free to work and eat with their eat from their labor. But these handouts of empowerment, it's part of the problem. It's part of the problem. Kibaki was only able to turn the economy around by rejecting Harambe. Yes, by rejecting Harambe, he banned Harambe and all public figures from participating in Harambe. And within a short time, the economy picked up. Harambe is the #1 cause of corruption. Harambe is the #1 enemy of development in the country. But now Ruto has made it legal. Ruto has made it the main thing. It's no longer the constitution. It is the handouts. It is so bad that now Atuole have to come in and say the money for housing cannot go to build wherever, what are they called, markets, things like that. So I really agree with you that the William Ruto mindset and all those people from that wherever line of thinking are the enemy of this country, and they should not be listened to. They should not be followed. And so as young people demand good leadership, let's also think on who can provide good leadership, not just anything but Ruto. Somebody sent me a clip, I think it's innocent. And Gachagua team was, I think, was in Igembe today. And so one of the politicians asked the crowds whether if they are given they are given to choose between Ruto and the goat, who will they vote for? Watu wakasema watapigia mbuzi. And so we are still back at that place where at Pangwingwi, okay? We are in protest and we will do anything except what we've been told to do. And so when you say that anything but Ruto is the where we are stuck, you're right. We are not thinking on bringing in a solution. We just want to get rid of a problem. But the solution we are replacing the problem with, it doesn't matter. And as long as it doesn't matter, we will still end up with the same crop of people in the same place, and we will be stuck in the same problem. So we really need to have a different thinking, and we hope that through this kind of conversations, we'll be able to influence some right thinking. And then, of course, this recruitment of hate and the recruitment of disdain needs also to come to an end, okay? Don't recruit me to hate somebody. Don't call me to hate somebody. Just tell me this is right, this is wrong. We were here. We told the whole country and the whole world on why William Ruto cannot make the best president for this country. We gave all reasons, and everything we gave has been confirmed. William Ruto doesn't have the capacity to run this country to the level where it can develop and become self-sufficient. He's hell-bent to turn this country into a handout economy, where he's the one collecting money from parastatals, collecting money from businessmen, collecting money from everybody else, and then he walks around with it kwa magunia akigawia watu. That's an economy that Moi handed to Kibaki. And Kibaki, being an economist, saw this is not working. So he banned the handouts and said he was a working nation. And within a short time, we had things turn around. Why is William Ruto taking us back to when the economy couldn't work? The economy couldn't sustain itself. The economy couldn't revamp itself. The road couldn't be developed. There were no infrastructure development during Moi's time, except for schools. Which will take 12 hours from Nairobi to Kakamega. 12 long hours. Mnaingia Kamba saa 3, mtafika saa 3. So it's important that we agitate for right, but in the process of agitating for the right, we need to think differently. And on that note, as we begin to close, I want to remind us where we stopped. We were with you. There is this video of this young man. We'll play that, and then we analyze it. And thereafter, we look at one more, and then we're out of here. It is a few minutes to 2 a.m. East African time. Listen to this young man again.
Is going to lead the youth movement in this country in protecting the president, in defending President Ruto, and we will not allow any group of youths who are going to be used to cause anarchy in this country. We also wish to state, next week we are going to launch the Youth for Ruto 2027 movement on June 25th, while a section of young people in this country will be used for some anarchical means. This group is going to be used to open the YR27. And we are already in communication with the Office of the Deputy President, Kithure Kindiki, who will be the chief guest of that day. We have invited leaders from the UDA top officials who will also grace that day. The event will be happening at Nyayo Stadium, and we invite all youths who want to see the benefits of being in this government. We want to urge all youths to be peaceful. We are not going to allow chaos to happen in Nairobi. And as the YR27, we are going to be the new solid block that will be protecting President Ruto. Any group that will come out to try to plunge this country into a state of anarchy, we will deal with them. We will be out there, and the full law enforcement will take its way. So I will perhaps...
Lala, what do you see in that mind? Me, I thought we went to school and learned. Lala, are you still there? Are you safe?
They're calling Lala. Are you safe? Wanakuuliza.
Lala, are you okay? Put yourself together and get back. Now, ladies and gentlemen, listening to that young man, it depresses me. It leaves me in shock. It leaves me in stitches. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, what is defending Ruto? Ruto is being defended from who? Why? And why should we form a youth lobby group to defend Ruto? Why should Ruto be defended? And then, so those are the people who are asking to be replace Ruto, or rather, take leadership from Ruto. Yes, Lala.
Yeah, Bernard, that's the problem when you see people who have got no sense of history, young people, and you know very well it is money they are looking for. So they're given a little money here and there, and they speak matope, and that's exactly, you can hear it from that young man. But part of it is ignorance. The other part, of course, what we're talking about, that poverty. So I think I think it's critical for us to talk to these young people, talk to them, because we don't seem to have a coherent message, for them. We are not offering them something tangible. They are told to follow people like Gachagua, when the other day the one who's in charge of people who are trying to eliminate them. Okay, but then now look at these young people lining up behind Ruto, and The question is, what is it that they have been taught, or they have been told, or they have been made aware of that is so great that has made them to just say Ruto must stay. We gotta have youth for Ruto. If it's not money, this is purely the pesa wamepewa, and this is the fear that we have for the nation. So we have a lot of work to do, but the country has to be secured. We need young people who are sober to speak truth to power, because truth, Bernard, I told you I lost my mom. One thing about my mom was that she was a truthful person. She'll tell you exactly, what it is. And she was also what I would call never did not have a lot of education, but she was a diplomat. She was able to persuade people to what she believes in. So those are qualities that I learned from my mother. And to give you that example, okay, my mother traveled from Jomo Kenyatta Airport to the US and the KLM. And this woman was able to convince the airline to take her to the first class. So she traveled first class. When she got to my house, she had so many business cards from business people who want to connect with me. Okay, and we lost her. And I invite all our team here, Sound Candid people. Her funeral is July 11th in Noma Bay. If you got a chance, please come. Send this woman, because she's an inspiration of what the past looked like. Those who are there. She always took care of children, orphans, and everybody else. And that's the Kenya we are losing. We are losing it very, very fast. If we don't come together, speak with one voice, and stand on truth. With my mother, she was a little handful. She was, but then she would make up with the people because of her honesty and truthfulness. Sometimes she stepped on many toes, and we need our country with a country with ethics, the ethos, something that can define us as Kenyans. Who are we? Because we're losing it very, very quickly. And those older people had it. Okay, they may not have had education, but they had it. And now we have got education, but we've lost. That's what makes us Kenyan, honesty. So people like Ruto are an example of what should never be of a country. Okay, and the thing I stated is that this started happening. Ruto is a product of a particular brand of people that hijacked our system and that are not interested in truth. They lie to us, including some people with respect. They did very well, but they were not honest. Even people like Kibaki should have been honest second term, and be honest. So this lies is what is killing us, because nobody seems to know the truth. Seems like we don't know, what's really going on. And so even as we are here as a team, our job foremost is to educate other people, but the best education comes from ourselves, our lives. And this is where Christianity is important. But then the brand of faith that we are selling out there is a confused one, because we are focusing more on things than really the quality of life, to be able to speak truth, able to speak life to people, the way Christ taught us. So, Bernard, thank you, and I welcome all of you, and I'll probably see you soon. Thank you.
Asante sana, Lala. We appreciate that, and we are together on this. Now that we have the details, we'll see what can be done, but make every effort to ensure that we attend and see of that great woman who has been part of this great transformation in our lives. even from our interacting with you. I'm sure we have interacted with her. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate all of you for keeping at Sound Candy Talk. Asil 2 TV hapa natukumbusha Y2K 92. And that is also part of what I'm wondering. Why should this young man be talking of youth for Ruto? It was better youth for KANU 92. Youth for Ruto 2007. I mean 2027. Why would that be the case in the first place? Why would that be a political agenda? And so I really would want, as we talk with these young people and try to guide them, we can see that they may be anti-history or deficiency of history. I think it's important that we just let them understand what they are signing for. Because we cannot have a political agenda around a person, around an individual. And we are forming a political lobby group for an individual based on what? Because Youth for Ruto 2027, so that Ruto becomes what? Because if he wants to be president of Kenya, then it doesn't have to be Ruto. That's the reason why we have elections, so that everybody credible can be on the ballot and Kenyans should decide. So it is Youth for Ruto. Yes, 2027, but that is Ruto. Ruto and his family, Ruto and his ambition, Ruto and his career. But Kenya is different from Ruto. And the Kenyan leadership is not, it doesn't have to be Ruto. So all this commotion that we are trying to create is to try and, what I can read from what that young man is saying, is to drive Kenyans from the really agenda, okay? And make Ruto the agenda, so that people will not think about failure in education, failure in healthcare, failure in agriculture, failure in all these things that are affecting Kenyans. Now it is Ruto. Those who hate Ruto and those who love Ruto.
Bernard, let's not read too much into that kid's statement. That kid has seen people who have nothing come close to the government, or they get close to Ruto and the leaders. All of a sudden, they have everything. So that young man is simply looking for for something. So next time they'll call him and they get you something, and that's the sad part, because that's what Kenyans have done to this republic. To have such mindset, people who should know, yet they better side with a little change from the State House, or it's sad.
He is from State House. I don't know if you link the two of them. They have been on the show with Samuel.
Okay. But that's where you get something. That's the place where you can get something. Yeah. So you don't go there, That's the Kenyan way. That's exactly what the politicians, exactly what the way they talk. As long as you bring them close to the government, they'll be quiet. Bring people like Gachagua back there in the system, they're going to be quiet. Hiyo man sound before wamepewa kitu, wakipewa kitu. So it's a business.
God have mercy. Well, let's land there as we listen to this last video. Police promising that the protest on the 25th will be peaceful.
The Nairobi Central Police has assured the mothers and families of victims of last year's anti-finance bill protests that their planned protest peaceful assembly on Wednesday will be secured. Nairobi's Police Commander Central, Stephen Okal, who met with the organizers of the protests, says his officers will provide adequate protection. And as you'll hear now from Brenda Wanga, the bereaved families reiterated their plea for peace and cautioned against infiltration of the protests by goons and politicians.
The countdown is on for the Wednesday memorial in honor of the fallen young people who died during the June 2024 anti-finance bill protests across the country. Their families say this day is of great importance to them.
Yes, tunasafanya nyumbani bado, lakini nyumbani tutafanya mimi na familia yangu. Hiyo siku tutamkumbuka, tutakisha candle, tutaomba, lakini tukiwa pamoja tunaona kama iko ni furaha yetu. Nikiwa na huyu alipoteza, mimi nilipoteza. Sasa singine anasalia sana, huyu aniambia hapana, hata mimi nilipoteza mama, tulia na hawatarudi, tuombe pamoja. Sasa naona hiyo umoja inatupea nguvu.
Lengo letu ni kufanya maombi kwa hao watoto wetu. Hatungeweza kufanya nyumbani kila mtu akiwa peke yake. Kwa hivyo tumeungana sisi akina mama, tuko wengi. Tumeungana, tukuje na maua, tuweke. Kama mimi sasa nilikuwa natarajia Eric alilalishwa nje ya parliament, hapo kwa gate. Kwa hivyo nilikuwa naomba hata nikiweka maua kidogo hapo, niwe namkumbuka.
Hatutake vurugu, nukukumbuka tu mandugu zetu. Sababu watu walienda alienda haraka sana, so soon. Enya sikuwa itarajia. Sasa tumekuja tu makumbusho kumkumbuka. Nataka tu amani, hataki vita. Maskari wetu wametuashua kutakuwa na tear gas. Mimi ndakuja na madhe.
Saturday, the Police Commander Central, Stephen Okal, and officers at the Central Police Station not only acknowledged receipt of the notification of the planned assembly, but also committed to ensuring the safety of all those who will come for the event.
If you intend to show any form of violence on that day, please jitenge na sisi. We do not want to see any violence on that day. And so we will give a further briefing of what we intend to do on that day. But that is the most important clarion call. Peace. Peace, and that is it.
We've received the notification, yes, and we are working on the way forward on how to manage it so that we can have a violent-free memorial service.
The grieving families will not only march on that day, they will also present memoranda to Parliament and to the Office of the President, demanding justice for their loved ones, reforms within the police service, and an end to extrajudicial killings and abductions in the country.
Kwa uso unaweza tukosa, lakini ndani tuko na uchungu. Kama mangu wako na uchungu, hata mimi ndugu yangu niko na uchungu sana. Ngomba serikali iangalie maneno.
Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV.
Okay, there you have it. Police commitment on providing law and order for the memorial service called by the mothers of those that lost their lives in the Gen Z protests of June 25th, 2024. Now, we wonder whether that commitment is valid. And then, of course, this is to the mothers and the immediate families of those that lost their lives during those protests. But the rest of the country and the rest of the young people are in this. And from what I'm hearing is a million march to Nairobi State House. So I don't know whether this commitment by the police is going to be upheld or is just a commitment to, try and divide the protests so that it looks like these ones are protesting for this and these other ones are for prayers. But all in all, we need to up the game as Kenyans. Begin to think outside the box and ensure that we have better leadership with every opportunity to elect new people in office, please let's think seriously about it. Let's not allow people that don't represent our value, our respect, and our dignity into places of dignity and places of honor. You're a member of parliament, you're a member of county assembly, you're a senator, you're a governor, your president should be somebody you're proud of, somebody who speaks and you want to hang on everything he's saying because you trust them and you know they are speaking for you. That's what I grew up knowing. But this other one of somebody lying with a straight face, despising others simply because he has to run them in the mud so that he looks clean, that is not the politics I want to have party with. I mean, to have anything to do with. Well, as we look into this, let us prepare, and those planning to have, to participate into those protests on 25th, come prepared, and of course they should be peaceful, but let the message reach home. Like those mamas have promised, they're going to make petitions and submit their papers to the police, to the parliament, to State House, whichever. Let it be done rightly, and let's honor also the departed and not take advantage of the same for personal gain. Asil 2 TV hapa anasema call Jirongo here to tell you the details and you will know what they are up to. Propaganda machine. They will destroy channels like this. I agree with you, Asil 2 TV, and it is sad that Kenyans now love lies than truth and want to go for what it should not. It's sad. It's sad that our children have learned bad manners from us and they want to perpetuate it to their children. It is very heartbreaking that we don't see the country anymore. We see opportunities to make money. We see opportunities to take advantage of the situation. We are so opportunistic that we have lost sense of nationalism. We have lost sense of the future. Let's eat now, for tomorrow we die. Seems to be our philosophy. May God help us. So let's ensure that we are set for the same. I want to call it a day unless Lala unala kuongezea kwa kifupi tu tunapoongatoka.
Bernard, I think we can, that's perfectly fine. I think when the Bible says the truth shall set us free, the truth really has to set us free. Because as long as we sit on lies, whether it's election lies, that our young people should learn from, we are raising them up. And these are the documents, data they should be looking at. What really happened? What really has been happening all these years? So it seems as if they have got no access to any of that information. When it is all over the world, they have them, they scrutinize them. And so we sit on lies, over lies, and so lies keep on piling and piling and piling. And then how do we expect God to bless us as a nation? When actually a simple thing like previous elections are never looked at. People who stole and won, supposedly won, did not win, those ones are justified and they keep moving forward. And with those ill gains, because really if you did not win and then you are leading, you become whatever, basically you are a thief, you are a robber, okay? And so how do you call those ones Waheshimiwa, and then the ones who are struggling, the Ojuangs and all these other people are called a different name? Or even these ones, kids, those who have been bought to carry those mafimbo on the street, those are the goons, those are the bad ones to be shot. Okay, we are in a mess, my brother Bernard. And so let's just ask God to help us. So otherwise, thank you. And I think, do you know Reverend Seth Oriri?
Yes, I do.
Seth is my younger brother.
This world is becoming too small now.
He's the one who led me here, actually. So,
Yes. It's in Brazil.
This Brazil is going to be coming, yes, for moms.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Bernard. God bless.
Bless you. Thank you so much. And then I wanted to, but I will talk to you off air.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's call it a day. We are here again after the Sunday service for further analysis. We need to look into this keenly, but please keep safe, and then let's be our brother's keeper. That's number one. Number two, we should be prepared to assist those that are victims of police brutality and other measures. You can assist in monetary way, you can assist in counsel, you can assist in linking them to the help they need. Like that Boniface Kariuki's family. Now they are stranded. Their son is on support machine. The police have never called them. They have never talked to them. They have not seen the MCA. They have not seen the MP. They have not seen the county government or central government. They are stranded there. So if you have a way of helping, please don't hesitate. Reach out to them and assist in the best way you know how. There is the Omondi, one who was shot wherever, 8 bullets. At least him is not badly off, although they are waiting for a specialist to remove the last bullet. They have removed 7. The other one is too risky, so they are waiting for a specialist to work on it. We pray for successful surgery and his full recovery. And so in such situations, let's not limit just on discussions. Let's also go a step further and look for how we can be of assistance. So kama uko hapo nje na unatafuta jinsi ya kuwa sehemu ya suluhu kwa masuala haya, usikalie msaada, usikalie wazo ambalo linaweza kusaidia. There are many victims of police brutality and all this chaos of protests that are just languishing because not that there is no help, but somebody to link them to help was not found in good time. So let's spread our thinking and be able to find out. I believe in the book of Job, chapter 29. It says the reason why he became the greatest man in the East. He was eyes to the blind. He was ears to the deaf. He was a father to the fatherless. He was he says the cause that I did not know how, I found out. The cause I did not know how, I found out. So find out if there is how you can help. Step up and help. We can always find a way of linking you with the correct contacts to those people that you deal with them directly. It doesn't have to be through Sound Candy Talk. I'm just reaching out to everyone who follows this show, and you have a way of assisting. Get the Kariuki family to get to their governor and make the governor do what it's supposed to do. If you can do that, please do. Senator, MCA, then the police, because there is no way the family is able to foot that bill on support machine. Kenyatta, and they are all alone. And you saw the state of the family, saw the house, saw the mother and the father. It's not a promising issue. Don't forget there is the other university guy who was also shot from, I think, where was that? Is it Homa Bay still? So there are many cases around there. Let's not bury our head in the sand and pretend that these things will just go. They will not just go. We have to up the game. And that is one way of demonstrating leadership. Leadership is not, speaking on top of the car and yelling. It has something to do with initiating a program that assists people and makes people find a footing in life, especially when they have been shaken off their balance. Otherwise, I want to appreciate all of you for your support, continued followership. Please, let's keep it a Sound Candy Talk. Kumbusha mtu kama haja subscribe. Karibisha mtu, unasikia lala liletwa na Oriri, Reverend Seth. So, tunaomba tafadhali leta mtu na uhakikishe kwamba umesubscribe. Tukutane tutakapokutana masaa mengine. Wale ambao mnaenda kanisani, mkuwe na wakati mzuri kule kanisani na mtuletee ushuhuda. Mengi tukutane tutakapokutana. Mungu awabariki sana.
Watu wa Mungu, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Kipindi cha mahubiri kimerudi tena kwa kishindo kwenye Sound Candy Talk. Tunakufundisha, kukuelimisha na kukutia moyo kwenye Daily Bite. Mafundisho kamili ya Biblia kila siku kwenye runinga uipenda ya Sound Candy Talk.
You've dreamed about the perfect wedding, the dress, the vows, the happily ever after. But let's ask the most important question. Before you say I do, are you truly ready for the lifelong commitment that comes after the honeymoon period fades? Bernard Ngozzi's groundbreaking ebook, Are You Marriage Ready?, is the ultimate guide to building a successful, lasting marriage. This isn't just another relationship book, it's a heart-to-heart conversation that prepares you for one of life's biggest decisions, getting married. Are you choosing love or just infatuation? Are you building a marriage or just planning a wedding day?
Reading this book was a game changer. I realized I wasn't as ready as I thought, but now I'm on the right path.
Don't wait until it's too late. Invest in your future. Download Are You Marriage Ready today. Link in the description below. Your future spouse deserves the best. Are you ready?